Circuit. Answer the call to color. Lucian Carnival, July 7th to 19th, 2023. You're welcome.
Patrice again. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Who me? I only drink one brand. Blue waters inside the house and the barn. When I need to hydrate, I drink blue waters. I'm feeling great. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. That's the number one brand. Drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Me and you join in the blue water crew. The taste, the vibe, blue waters is the truth. When the hot sun come, I drink blue waters to cool me down. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. That's the number one. I go drink blue waters and mind my business.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Energy starts here.
Yo, stamina energy. What I'm gonna energy. What I'm gonna energy is the truth to keep me pumping, baby. To keep me moving. To keep me grooving. To keep me pumping. All night and day. Energy right. To go all night. It's stamina energy. Can't give me life.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Bidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. I can't wait. No package to big, no small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Tropical Shipping St. Lucia Limited, located on Manuel Street. Telephone number 4570900. Visit www.tropical.com. And we're back, Vaval Central on the Caribbean side. Let me say good morning to my brother Teddy.
Good morning to all on Vaval Central. Good morning, Iwa. You're live on Facebook. You know, Facebook people get into jitters.
Yes, sir.
They're not on. Good morning, starting first of all with a very good morning and good wishes to Her Majesty, the Carnival Queen of St. Lucia, Iwa, Shanice Butcher, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate. Good morning, and the praise in order and the respect due to the title and to all the young ladies. Miss Fix in a close battle with Miss Fix, who was very impressive indeed throughout the night and a favorite of many, and the rest of the contestants who came through, Miss BOSL and the rest, Miss Pierre Marcel filling in the top four, and all the contestants who put on a very good show. Well produced. Trevor King and his team must take some kudos, some interesting flow. When one thought that there were 10 contestants, the challenge is always on to have it flowing quickly and not be dragging into the hours of the morning. And so kudos as far as production is concerned to having such a tight show on Saturday night over at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay. And so the Queen Show tradition very much alive. That's important. Next year being the 70th year of pageants in St. Lucia, 70th year of Queen Show. And so you must commend those who have kept the tradition going, the likes of Michelle Monroe's, the likes of Miss Danielle, who kept it going for Juanita Sintoma for a long time. Persons who really kept the tradition going. It could have easily died in mid-ocean, and we must all respect them. A lot more of that will come on our upcoming programs as we move towards the 70th anniversary. But Shanice Butcher, who represented her sponsor well, is in fact going to be our guest, our featured guest this morning. She'll be joining us in just a bit here on Vaval Central, as is the custom, as is our want to have the Carnival Queen, the first broadcast morning after a victory. Congrats on a job well done, Shanice Butcher. We are also acknowledging Denry, who did a very good job, was there on Saturday, well organized jump up, and in fact the parade, good healthy dose of costumes, impressive indeed for the community carnival. And of course Sunday is the jump up day. The community carnival ending at 6 o'clock yesterday, and the community very proud of themselves, of massive crowds over at Denry yesterday. Almost every artist with any hope of having a popular song was there. Really a nice climax to the festival that ended at 6 o'clock yesterday at Denry. And as we look forward to the week, we are seeing today a busy program over at the Financial Center. Will be the dipping and briefing ceremony for the three competitions. There is at 10 o'clock, starting with soca. There's also Calypso, and then at 11:30, the Intercommercial, one of your favorites, Intercommercial on Thursday. We'll be hearing more about that. One or two of the participants will be in. People like CSA are in, the Ministry of Infrastructure in, Ministry of Sports there, Wasco, your people, they in there. The police are in, really exciting. Teachers are in, and we look forward to Intercommercial Thursday at the Cultural Center. The venue is the National Cultural Center, and the excitement will build. Invasion Band with a jam session, they will be there. It's one of the more enjoyable events. It's nice and tight and lots of fun. The writers generally get it right. They don't go too heavy, nice commentary or party, but they really have a ball. The biggest staff party we see in St. Lucia when it comes to Intercommercial Thursday at about 8:30 over at the Cultural Center. The tickets, of course, available over at Steve's Barbershop in the Cell as usual. And of course, the action non-stop, back-to-back. Pace, Iwa. Friday is Soca Monarch, a big
this
one.
Weekend hot.
One of the better lineups in recent years, in a long time in St. Lucia. Really exciting indeed. A big wave of returnees, as they call it. Persons who either the veterans or persons who had not competed recently, from Arthur through Nerdy to Ninja Dance, Alpha. Lots of persons returning to competition, making it very healthy this year. Shemi J himself returning, and so the bumper Soca Monarch this year. Friday night will be really off the chain, and we're looking forward to great competition. Saturday, equally competitive, we're having the Calypso Finals competition. That's over at the SAB. The SAB blazing over the weekend, and then we move into, of course, Sunday Panorama, the Mega Sunday, we call it here in Vaval Central, Mega Sunday with the Kiddies Carnival, important nursery of carnival tradition here over in the Boulevard, and later that evening the Panorama 6 o'clock is starting over at the SAB. The Monday will be the King and Queen of the Bands, the spectacle, the artistry that is really the pinnacle of it in Carnival, and of course the jam session organized by the CPMC for the public, which was a big success last year. We want to hail up the organizers, Barbara Duboulay and company, for the very successful Carnival Princess. They were in with us, remember, the youthful charm last week. A packed crowd over at the Cultural Center. Kudos to the organizers, the CBA, the Carnival Princess organizers, that they got, the objective was to raise funds, and they certainly got the audience in with the support for that event. And so, as we said, the briefings are on this morning from 10 o'clock, Soca, Calypso, and indeed Intercommercial, and we're looking forward to the action with Intercommercial on Thursday. Lots of guest artists. You know the guest artists, top Soca artists, some established ones. I'm hearing that people like Ampa and Kuya are on there, and also some young promising artists are on. And then the Invasion Band with a jam session. So Intercommercial, as usual, will be fun. All employers get your employees' tickets. People who have limed there before, make it a big line. Intercommercial Thursday at the National Cultural Center. We'll be here. Miguel Favre is in, Twatine is in, Miguel Favre, Butu is in. Really exciting. The CSC, Lord help me, tells me he's written one of his better songs for his competitor. Really exciting. I love that Intercommercial event. It's a nice lime, it's fun, non-stop fun, and building back, of course. A number of the companies having lost the little instinct after all the years of COVID, and so that's an event starting this year, but by next year will certainly be a massive event in the Carnival. We go in our, we mentioned Panorama, we always start tradition. Persons, yes, they're asking, yes, the Carnival Queen is in. She'll be in just a bit, and she'll be featured with her interview. Her first interview after winning the crown. Shanice Butcher will be in with us on Vaval Central, but we pay tribute to the essence of Carnival, the foundation, the tradition, Steel Band.
time, Teddy.
Wait, if you don't like something wrong with you, they really, that's pan time.
Pan time.
Cheeky, Toti, Afro, big up yourselves. Pan time, that's Steel Band Iwa, the treatment of victim story, bringing that pan alive, and that's the beauty, of course. The original tunes, the steel bands playing them, and the public able to judge where they are, the arrangements, how they vary the tune, how they come back to the melody, and what able to follow it. An interesting development. Initially, as was the case in Trinidad and Tobago, the steel bands here would play original tunes composed specifically for the purpose, fresh compositions, original compositions for Panorama. I thought a part of a group that thought that the public was struggling to follow and to connect. It didn't make the music so accessible, so the fans at Panorama and the wider public weren't able to follow and assess because the tunes never became that familiar. They were not, one or two bands at the time, what they would do smartly, the original compositions, give them to the likes of T.C. Brown or some popular to sing in the competition. They got the edge. And so the decision made, I remember I was very forceful. I really argued the department for years as at CDF to get them to just play classics, St. Lucian, Caribbean classics so the public could follow, and that has led to the popularity. Interestingly, the likes of Torty and Allison and so would concede. They resisted my advice for years, eventually took it, and now Trinidad and Tobago has gone that way. They hardly play original compositions for Panorama now, they play popular tunes, and so it really helps the public to connect to the music, to understand what's happening, and the appreciation of steel band. They've gone through that. We're reminding persons that a number of the competitors from Intercommercial will be on here. Intercommercial on Thursday with the Invasion Band as the backup band, with a number of guest artists, promising artists as well as established big names in the soca industry, and that jam session from Invasion Band along with the competitors will make it a night to remember and a great line. Soca Monarch Friday, Saturday Calypso Finals, Sunday Panorama, and preceded by Kiddies Carnival. Kiddies in the Boulevard, Panorama at 6 over at the Sab, and then we move on Monday to King and Queen of the Bands. That's followed by Ricky T's Explosion. Return of Ricky T's Fete on Tuesday downtown in the Sab, followed by your Fete SSS Iwa on the Wednesday, and of course on this very Tuesday there is C-Dale's Moonlight, his Moonlight Mass over at the Beau Séjour, a new addition since last year to the Carnival. A number of points being made as we continue here. Persons over the weekend interesting, raising and inquiring about different aspects of the Carnival now and in the past. The question of the spectacle for spectators, the spectacle, that the spectators, the families are an important part of the Carnival, the street theatre that is Carnival, and so they must be pleased. Lots of people concerned that there's not enough spectacle, not enough to see for the public. Simply it becomes a reveler experience, them expressing themselves, liberating themselves, and the concern. So the point being made that maybe at some point, for some period, some band leaders could prevail upon the revelers to keep some kind of formation for the photographers, the videographers, the spectators. So the challenge is that from Mega G to at least where you want them to be in formation, till Sandals, till American Drywall, keep a little sections, at least you're free, but you're in your section so they can get something. You think that doable?
Of course, at that point there are people all on the sides of the room
to see something.
Looking for
what some of the purists argue is that you have to mingle up the sections from the time you start. You can't keep the sections still about American Drywall, VG Airport at least, and then you're going free. They do get back information kind of as they approach the judging downtown, but there are people all along the route, and certainly now for the recording of the Carnival, videographers, photographers to get some fantastic shots and some. But as of now, the band leaders have a difficulty getting that done. The revelers want to just free up, go and check their band, their best friend in another section, and I've seen the best band leaders, the likes of Vail, Perry Mason, this is before that, Roston, Taylor, GG before him. Let me tell you, Thaddeus, Antoine, they have all the control in all the band meetings. When the revelers on the road approaching, a lot of them have no control. They just raise them and say, Teddy boy, I would like to help you, but let the revelers doing what they want at that point. So and difficult, the hype, and they're not listening. But it's a challenge, the purists asking that whether they could surveil Roston, Lama and company, Crystal Jabatis, Stacey Giddens, and so whether some kind of formation, maintain the sections until where you get them? Where you want? American, at least until little sections, so they could get some kind of the beauty and the glory and the splendor of the carnival, the band coming on the road, you know.
What are the judges, judging points, knowing the judging points?
The main judging point is outside the Massey supermarket downtown, by the market, opposite the market. That's the main one now, the major one. The talk is of a major judging point around with the Lucelec and the SAB, but what is confirmed.
And they wait until they reach these points to, you know,
to get
try to get information.
They certainly get information as they approach the stage.
But the point you're making is that
not me making, the traditionalists making it.
Is that, you know, the spectators, those people who come out, they need to be able to see
something, a little section going by or something. So if you'll CBA Barry George, boy, the mass in your hands, some kind of information. I know Barry, if his new band, he's the kind of guy, he has some control over it, but likely to try to implement that, the sections, you know, just work with the public, the crying, the traditional, the grandmother want to come in for 2 children and get something to watch, you know, before the matin take over, you know. So at least they will see something, a nice costume. The fascination that when my grandmother and aunt used to make my little afro shirt, I used to make your carnival shirt for you. You're making a little afro shirt, the tailor make for you, or the seamstress, and you go on with your granny and your mommy and watch the carnival, and you're in fascination. I remember for weeks these images in your head of whether it be you're playing an army or sailors or, you know, gladiators, that you know, you in your yard playing, mimicking the costumes weeks after. So for the little children, let them dream, let them enjoy fantasy costumes, and, you know, let the revelers have their say, but it cannot be for the country's sake. It can't be only about that. There has to be some spectacle, you know, as they go through. Talking about mass, we want to take some time for the men who made the mass and have it continued. Danny Marshall was a big one. He's passed, respect and due to him. May rest in peace. But the likes of Sikra Gibson, Antonia still with us, one of the greatest carnival players ever, Iwa, as band leader, costume designer, costume builder, drummer, you know. And the king and queen of the band, he was really very involved, all aspects of the carnival. Sikra, and he nurtured so many. I want to say good morning to some of his proteges, Alvin, Big James, and so, who in the mass camp continued traditional, learn the skills. Francis Morella, still there, going on. It's really very important.
Teddy, I've seen Sikra Gibson sketch a costume. Sketch it. Watch the costume come to life and win, you know.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a sweet.
Carnival Queen contestant. I've seen
Carnival
that.
Queen contestant, you're saying, but also king and queen of the bands, yes, you know, always. And we must say respect. I always have a lot of time for Lydia Sibbles, who was one of the few who in both areas. She is Carnival Queen, one of the most elegant and certainly outstanding Carnival Queen winners. She's a Carnival Queen, but also dominated the queen of the bands. So she also played the mass. So she was in the little elegance and the glam, but also was in the mass. And so people like that, we want to acknowledge them as they go through. A few of them every day, acknowledge their contribution. We end with a number of the competitors, the likes of Cupid are in, artists in later in our Vaval TV section today in the program. Intercommercial being featured, but also we have, just a bit, starting our interview with the newly crowned Carnival Queen of St. Lucia, Shanice Butcher, who is in with us and looking as elegant as ever as she prepares for her interview. Was very articulate the last time. We look forward to it in just a bit here on Vaval Central. Calypso is one of the big attractions on the weekend. Who we playing for them now? Who we have lined up, Lemia?
Desrel, Bruce Villeneuve.
He's the reigning monarch and defending his crown on Saturday. It's almost clear now. It looks like they're supposed to be in on Wednesday on the program. He's supposed to in for his interview. T Blacks is also due very shortly. The announcement will be clear, but it looks likely now that, as we said, the bomb song, the new song on the night, Herb Black says he's coming for a new song also, makes it very interesting. And the research has shown that Pep, in his time, he did it either with Taking a Chance about 2010. He also did it with Don't Be Afraid of the Doctor, that's about 2018. And then before that, The Will. Remember The Will? He was at university and came down and did The Will. Invader, as you said, has done it at least twice with great effect. It's been legendary, the efforts by Invader. He was really mastered out of this new song. It's a big challenge. There is a big risk in it. If it works, it could blow everybody away and win the crown. If it doesn't work, it fall very flat on the night and the public just staring you in the face. So a big challenge, adding to the excitement. But Desrel, here's the first offering, the one offering that we know of for this year as he defends his crown.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming and support Fire One once more. Bruceville, and he living there still. Stand still. He demand I stand and listen how life went downhill. For the folks of Bruceville, to protect this young man's identity, let's keep this between you and me. I just call him Bruce. I know he spoke the truth. Bruce told me there's run, we live in fear, and fear has blinded the people there. That's the worst weapon. Our eyes cannot function, so the gang lords fighting and the hitmen striking. None of us knows Vaval Central. Sight in front of we Bazudi, killers have no identity. They kill with impunity. We grant them immunity. No witnesses seen. No one there reported. We see but we afraid to tell. So our nose will have to smell the filthy killers. We should smell their odors. Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who shot that baby, say something. Say something. Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who take the smell of them bullet zombies, say something. Say something. For Bruceville's sake, there's so much at stake. They go call you a snitch, drag your name in the ditch. Oh Lord, you can support a evil son of a. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fishers, his father fished for his financial position. Matnik was his mission. His fishing boat slipped in at night. Not many fish, but that's alright. The real cargo was metal and euro. The metal glistened black and cold. And Bruce, he listened. 4 years old, he could smell the assassins as they walk right past him. They were his father's partners, carrying out his orders, killing everywhere. Where his rivals appear, they didn't care, making Bruceville tremble with fear. They kill with impunity, we grant them immunity. No witnesses seen, no one there reporting. We see but we afraid to tell, so our nose will have to smell the filthy killers. We should smell their odors. Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who killing grannies, say something. Say something. Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who smells the stench of them bullet zombies, say something. Say something. For you for sake, there's so much at stake. They go call you a snitch, drag your name in the ditch. Oh Lord, support a wicked son of a. Oh, 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 oh.
Good morning, Vaval Central.
Sadness. Suddenly Bruce found himself in woeful sadness. No more joyful gladness. Badness. How we found the temptation to turn to badness when he became dadless. One day Bruce came back home from school, his father lying in a pool of blood on the pavement that caused his mother's derangement. Police were called and they reached late. They said no point investigate, there is never a witness, so it's not in their interest. While the killers looking with their weapons smoking, wearing conspicuous clothes, with all their face exposed, the record shows the killing right under Bruceville nose. They kill with impunity, we grant them immunity. No witnesses seen, Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who kills somebody, say something. Say something. Whoever knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who kills somebody, say something. Say something. For Lucia's sake, there's so much at stake. They go call you a snitch, drag your name in the ditch. Oh Lord, yeah, support them evil sons of a.
That's on Vaval Central. Bruceville knows, Teddy.
Well, that's his defense, Iwa. That's his coming through with his first offering, chanting out to View Fort. Say something, Iwa. View Fort. Eh?
Yeah, man.
Stop, don't situate, don't cover. Say something, you know.
If
Come
you
on.
know somebody who killing grannies, say something.
Say something.
Say something.
You,
That's right.
you would say something, Iwa?
If I saying something, Teddy,
Okay,
how to play my part, boy?
So you're saying something.
I saying something.
No matter what.
No matter what.
No.
I had to say something. That's how we solving the problem.
The great Iwa. You heard it from the of Iwa?
I will say
Alston St. Remy. That's your real name?
Huh?
You should work with your real name. Alston? What's your real name? St. Remy?
Alston St. Remy?
Yeah, the great Iwa.
But if that's what you give me,
Iwa, boy. Iwa. We're going to the break here on Vaval Central. As you said, intercommercial. Cupid is out there. Cupid warming up. Cupid ready for them. Cupid voice getting better and stronger, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every year she really holding it down. And I want to make the point, I work on to commend Radio Caribbean International. In fact, we should touch it. I found that TC Brown and his crew did the recording as usual of the soca semis. RCI has been playing it, Iwa. Really impressive that. And we must make the point, the way our soca artists have improved, we've lamented for years the singing, the disparity between the recordings and the live performance. I have found, Iwa, the live performances between the band and the actual artists really impressive and just so close to the studio recordings. A big area of progress for us. When people listen, that's what RCI has been playing for the last week or so. Yes. The better part of the last week, and it's really great testimony to the improvement of the artists, that you could find little disparity between the CD. In fact, in some cases, even more interesting to listen to. And unlike the old days when they struggled in the live recordings, it speaks to the rehearsals being properly done and not too rushed. Really commend the whole fraternity and also the CPMC, the CMMC. Tamara, Poopy, big up yourself. That is being done properly, and the recordings evidence of that. We're going to the break, coming back with our Carnival Queen, newly crowned Shanice Butcher. She is the Queen of Carnival here on St. Lucia, and we have the likes of Cupid, Miguel Favoris in here, a number of other artists, both national competitions and intercommercial. Intercommercial is what night, Iwa? Which night, Iwa? Wait, never pay attention in class. Thursday at the Cultural Center, 8 o'clock. Monique, pick up yourself. We're going to the break and coming back with lots more on Vaval Central.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Just want to remind you of the newest Instacash game of St. Lucia National Lottery. It's fast, it's easy to play. You win instantly. That's for only $3. Enjoy bingo! And you can win up to $6,000. Visit any agent and ask for your bingo Instacash ticket today. Now, here's how you play. Mark off the numbers on your cards that match any of the 27 call numbers. Free are free spaces. There are 6 ways to win with your card. Only the highest prize on each card may be won. For only $3, remember, you could win up to $6,000 with the Bingo Instacash game. Just thought I would let you guys know that. And let me say good morning to our friends over at the St. Lucia National Lottery. They're changing lives. All right, Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Stamina Energy Drink, Blue Waters. Let me say good morning to Dexter and Hector, Tropical Shipping, the Computer Store, UTV Channel 124, Highland Sounds, Lighting and Power Rentals, Ram J's Auto Parts.
Somewhere between cerulean blue and golden yellow is a color called Lucian Carnival. The color of rhythm, the color of artistry, the color of revelry. From Juve to jump up, from fete to festival, from music to mass. Our soul, our heartbeat, our vibe. Nothing sweeter than our Vaval. Come experience Experience National Schools Calypso Competition, June 9th, VG Sports Complex. National Soca and Groovy Monarch Semifinals, June 23rd, National Cultural Center Grounds. Calypso Semifinals, June 25th, National Cultural Center. National Carnival Queen Pageant, July 1st, The Pavilion, Rodney Bay. Intercommercial Calypso Competition, July 6th, The SAB. National Soca and Groovy Monarch, July 7th, The SAB. National Calypso Monarch, July 8th, The SAB. National Junior Carnival, July 9th, William Peter Boulevard. National Panorama Competition, July 9th, The SAB. National King and Queen of the Bands, July 10th, The SAB. Juve, July 17th, Castries City Circuit. National Parades of the Band, July 17th and 18th. Shock Roundabout to Castries City Circuit. Answer the Call to Color, Lucian Carnival, July 7th to 19th, 2023. You're welcome.
Patrice again. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Who me? I only drink one brand. Blue waters inside the house and the pan. When I need to hydrate, I drink blue waters. I'm feeling great. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. That's the number one brand. Drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Me and you join in the blue water crew. The taste, the vibe, blue waters is the truth. When the hot sun come, I drink blue waters to cool me down. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. That's the number one. I go drink blue waters and mind my business.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Energy starts here. Yo, stamina energy. Steam what I'm gonna energy. Steam what I'm gonna energy is the truth to keep me pumping, baby. To keep we moving. To keep we grooving. To keep we pumping. All night and day. Energy right. To go all night. It's stamina energy. Can't give me life.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Bidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff there to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Tropical Shipping St. Lucia Limited, located on Manuel Street. Telephone number 4570900. Visit www.tropical.com.
And we're back. Vaval Central on the Caribbean sound. Teddy.
Thank you, Iwa. Good morning, and we are back, Iwa. Here with the interview, we always feel very pleased to do that interview, the first official interview on Vaval Central with the newly crowned Carnival Queen, the Shanice Butcher, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody.
Have you done your little pinch me moment yet? This morning, yesterday, you said, am I ready, Carnival Queen? The kind of reality. It has really sunk in yet?
I think it's still, I'm just trying to get the gist of everything.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us the feeling, how you summarize the feeling, the emotions, this after winning that crown, all the hard work and so coming through. How does it feel?
It really feels amazing, I must say. The tears, the blood, the sweat, the injuries, it was all worth it. It really, really was.
Yeah. Your story is obviously one, capital R, resilience is the main thread in your story throughout.
Yes.
And I think that story would be in the annals of the Queen Show and your group of girls and you not being any exception, how you've really battled through to have a great Queen show in the end. Tell us of the elements on the night. You plan a Queen show, you dream of it, you try to visualize it, but not until it actually happens on the night do you know it comes through. Start with the most challenging. What proved to be the most challenging segments on the night for you? Which two were most challenging? And then we'll get to what you enjoyed. You reveled in the most. Most of your segments were very interesting, from costume to talent.
That was actually the most challenging segment for me.
Which one?
Costume.
Costume, why?
Because my costume embodied masquerade. That was the theme behind it. And my team did a wonderful job with embodying all of this. And for me, it's all new to me. I've never been a masquerader. I've never really followed it. So I really had to go do my research. And although I had somebody teaching me a routine, it's so different when somebody teaches you something, but you also have to know how to become the character itself.
To internalize it.
Yes. So every time we had rehearsals, Natani, St. Omer, she would tell me, Shanice, when you get on that stage, you are no longer Shanice. You are Mama Jab. And you need to give face. You need to be fierce. You need to feel it. And me coming on stage, because I only tried on the costume the Friday, and the show was the Saturday.
The day before?
The day before. I tried on the costume. So we were on the court for at least for a couple of, 3 hours. And we were just trying to get the gist of the routine, see how I'll be able to maneuver myself with the costume. And it was a little bit of a challenge. But when I got on stage and I felt the energy and I embraced it, I became Mama Jab. And I went and I saw myself and I was like, whoa, who is that? Where did that come from? And I was just so proud of myself.
You impressed yourself.
I impressed myself.
Right. And lots been said of your skit, your talent segment. Tell us about that.
The talent for me was very, very personal. And my talent coordinator, Hizan, amazing. She did a wonderful job writing my talent. I fell in love with it from the first moment that I read it. And she made it very personal for me, which is something that I really, really did respect. And I do admire her for. And I believe it's a mutual understanding between the two of us, and not just the two of us, but also my chaperone as well, because he was heavily involved in the process of having my talent really come together. And my final story, it speaks about me. So that I knew I really had to deliver. And going back and watching it, I did.
Right.
The message came through.
In the end, the results came in. You go towards the results. Every Carnival Queen contestant, eventual Carnival Queen, goes through that. How confident were you? What was your feeling as you stood up there, all lined up, and the results started coming through? Your feeling then was that just happy that you got through and executed, or optimistic that you actually won the crown?
I knew I won the crown.
Really?
I knew I won the crown.
From what point? Tell us from what point.
From the moment I answered that question,
okay,
I knew. From the moment I heard the question, actually.
Okay.
Because the question
you in fact telling us from the first segment then?
From the very first segment. When I got off that stage, I was happy. I went backstage and I was with my team and I was like, let's get this crown.
Really?
That was my reaction. Let's get this crown. Because I knew, I prepared. Bennett Charles, Jesse Leos, they really worked with me in regards to my articulation as well as the development of my content. So I knew interview was going to be a breeze. I was a little nervous because you never know when you get up in front of a large audience. The nerves can come through.
And the concentration can be affected.
And the concentration. And when I heard the question, I put my head down, I smiled, and I lifted it back up. And I knew I was ready to deliver what I came to do. Yeah.
Maybe it's interesting. In essence, not verbatim, but in essence, what did you see? It was a very interesting question and always an important question about the misconceptions when it comes to pageantry. What did you say essentially? Just a recap for those who might not have seen it and those who might have forgotten.
Well, I did touch on the fact that it is not only about the misconception about beauty pageants, but also the misconception about beauty pageant contestants as well. People are perceived to be, we are perceived to be just a beautiful face rather than what we are on the inside. And I believe that beauty pageant contestants, or just beauty pageants on a whole, it provides a platform for individuals to bring forth social issues that people wish to stay silent about. We are able to advocate for certain issues. We are able to bring forth change. And the contestants themselves, because being able to go up in front of a crowd, it takes a lot of strength. And we possess a serious depth of character that people don't really relate to. So that in a gist was my answer.
Right. The journey is always the apt term for this experience. I'm sure you'll use it a lot. It's really a journey from deciding to go to the auditions to this moment here now. It's really a journey in every sense. Tell us how Shanice Butcher, how you feel it has changed you, helped you, developed you. The Shanice Butcher now as compared to the Shanice Butcher, 2 months, 3 months ago. Tell us what areas you felt growth and indeed, quite frankly, change.
Okay. I would say from the very beginning, from auditions, because I was conflicted as to whether or not I should even try it out. Right. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for many years. And I would remember that day for the rest of my life. I was actually at sports. And somebody was...
The school sports?
My school sports, yes. At Mindo Philip. That was you. Yes, so you spoke to my principal. And I really remember the question, have you ever thought about going up for Queen Show? And ever since then, she kept asking me, Miss, have you thought about it? Miss, have you thought about it? And I was like, Miss, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't know how the public is going to accept it. And then she kept motivating me and motivating me and motivating me. And I would always give thanks to her, my principal. She's been my number one supporter from day one. And I came across my chaperone, and he's been so helpful, prepared me for auditions. I was nervous. I was, okay, am I going to get in? Will I get in? And when I left the audition from the cultural center, I was like, yes. We went into prepare mode immediately that same day. What are we going to have for evening wear? What are we going to have for swimsuits? We went into plan mode. And all of these things just taught me to be stronger and also believe in myself, because I've doubted myself so many times before and limited my capabilities. And now I am like, yes, I can do it. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. And I can come out victorious in the end, which I did.
Right. Tell us about that delicate balance that you need to maintain. You've been commended greatly, your group of contestants, for the team spirit, the camaraderie between you. That balance between that, yes, the friendship, the sisterhood. I was very impressed, almost touched by hearing that you all had almost a chant backstage just before you enter the show. Tell us about that. Very often you're in competition mode. All your competitors, they're your rivals. I heard that you all bonded the minute before the show started. Tell us about that.
Well, our little phrase is shared sisterhood. Congratulations to all of the contestants. They really did amazing that night. And I feel like coming into the pageant, the journey, it is a lot. And we really did keep each other going. From rehearsals, from our outings, the energy, it was just alive. And I love all these girls. I'm so happy that I was able to experience something like this with them, because through all my down moments, they were there to pick me up. Every single one of them.
Right. And so that's the balance I'm alluding to. After all this friendship and so, that they become rivals.
We never saw it.
I saw some images of Miss Fix, who was a close runner-up. Fixing that has really gone viral and really touched people. Like, amidst all the storm, that has this image of Miss Fix genuinely, spontaneously reaching out to fix your crown. The bond being very evident there.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. My sister, just hold on. I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. He didn't put it on Do Not Disturb. Janie Perino, Miss Fix. She's a darling. She really, really, really is a darling, I must say. And she has always been one of my most supportive friends, because we actually went to secondary school together.
Okay.
So,
same year?
No, she was the year below me.
Right.
Yes. And
that's Babonneau Secondary. Give it in the props.
Babonneau Secondary. Mr. Fenelon, Miss Mira, everybody. she represents resilience as well.
Right.
She does. Her story is one of, it actually amazes me. And she came into the pageant, and her growth, I must recommend her. She did amazing on that stage. She came out and she gave it her all. And the thing is, we never saw each other as rivals, all of the contestants. We never looked at it as, okay, we're going up for a competition.
Right.
There is only one crown. But in the end, we are still a united front. Because the next morning, we were all on a video call, being very bubbly with each other, laughing. Hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Everybody's tired. And we're all keeping in touch. Like, we're keeping that sisterhood bond together. And we don't plan on breaking it apart. Because it is really a beautiful thing, togetherness. And her fixing my crown, that should be an example for every single person in St. Lucia, not just women, but men as well. If there is an opportunity to tear down somebody, don't take it. Go the higher route. Be there to lift them up. And that is exactly what she did. Because she could have just stood there and let the crown fall off my head, but no, she didn't. She came and she fixed my crown. And that in itself is a true queen.
Right. It's about, you mentioned tearing down, and there's lots of debate, not so surprising, post the Queen show about the opinions, who could have won, who should have won, and so on. You've won your crown, you've been officially crowned. What is your take on that? How have you reacted to it?
I have not reacted, honestly. I've seen the comments, I've seen everything that is being said, and I am actually going to use this as a reminder to individuals, because people need to understand that we are all human beings. We all go through challenges in life, but what makes us better is how we go about at resolving and approaching those challenges. And yes, we came to support people. Everybody has their person. They came to the show to support. They looked at the show to support. But in the end, the judge's decision was final. It was. And rather than uplifting somebody, they decided to tear down somebody. But in the end, little did they know, they did not tear me down. It only gave me more motivation to come here. And I know during that year, I am going to give it my all. And I am going to deliver my message, and I am going to rise above all the challenges. So everything that is being said, I applaud everybody, but I also applaud myself.
Well said, well said, well said. Iwa, let's just run that tune, a Cupid tune. We're coming back to the interview, just a little first and chorus to celebrate life. You have Cupid? Cupid, yeah. You have the actual vocals?
Yes, I have the vocals.
As we, in keeping with the tenor of this interview.
Go and wash them out, wash them out, wash them out, wash them out, yeah. Life's so short, yeah. Took care what he said, she said. Life's so short, yeah. Be grateful for
Vaval Central.
Don't tell me problem, just be strong. Show them that they can hold you down. Tell them straight, you will be great and celebrate life. Jump up and celebrate. Enjoy your life, be great. Jump up and celebrate. Throw your hands in the air. Jump up and celebrate. Enjoy your life, be wash them out, wash them out, wash them out, wash them, wash them out, yeah. And we don't care what they're talking about, talking about, talking about, talking about, yeah.
The music of Cupid and Vaval Central celebrate, Teddy.
Yes, we're going to the time check in a while. The time check brought to you by who? By Shanice Butcher?
Ference Foods. And Shanice. And Shanice.
And the Queen and the Carnival.
And the Carnival.
You did the time check. What time is it, Iwa?
It is now 9 o'clock.
Right. We're going in a while to the Cupid and the other performers. Miguel Fabry, big up yourself. An intercommercial on Thursday. Remember, we saying, of course, Carnival Queen will be there. She presides over all events. You Queen of Carnival, you know that. You're feeling that, right?
I feel it. The feeling is starting to
sinking.
It's starting to sink in right now.
And so we are looking at Intercommercial on Thursday. It's a big party, the biggest staff party is called, with all the performers from the different companies. There's the Invasion Band for Jam, the guest artists, both promising and established, the likes of Kuya and Umpa likely to be there. Really a great party. And of course the jam session at the end will really be a great fun for the performers as well as the attendees. Are we going? What is important and crucial for Shanice, the public always keen on that year, the year that you'll be reigning. What, as you think now, are you determined to portray, to deliver in your year, your reign, your tenure as Carnival Queen of St. Lucia?
I believe that me winning, I knew that I would have won. And I knew that my story was a unique one. But it was never my stepping stone into this competition. I never tried to make it a headline. I never tried to make it the focus of the reason why I'm doing it. Although it is a good platform to have, or a good message to advocate for. But I believe now, being that you should be strong and you should fight for your purpose and fight for your voice to be heard, which is exactly what I did. And I feel like now, even after I won, everything that has happened, the way the public has received everything, that I need to fight and advocate even more, not just for myself, but for other individuals as well, who are going through similar situations. And it may not be exactly my story, but cyberbullying is something that is so prevalent here in St. Lucia. People do not let you forget. They may forgive, but they do not let you forget. That is one thing that I have realized. You may trying to bring up yourself, you may trying to rise above everything, and people will still find that one thing to hold on you, and they will use social media to do it. And it is happening so often, which is heartbreaking. And being somebody who has been victimized to it, I would not wish it on anybody else. So this is my platform. This is what I am going to advocate for. This is how I am going to be the Carnival Queen. This is how I am going to bring forth change. This is how I'm going to inspire young girls like myself. And hopefully I can get a message, even if I don't touch everybody in St. Lucia, as long as I touch the mind of one individual, which I know I have already done. I know that a change can be made. Cyberbullying is too much of a big issue here. It's not just here in St. Lucia, but in society on a whole. It is too much, and people don't really understand the effects of cyberbullying. Yes, it's just words. You are not touching anybody, but words hurt. They leave a scar. And the damage that it caused just internally for somebody on the receiving end of it, it is a lot.
And you plan to, that's one of your platforms.
That's
your
one of my
advocacy
yes.
as you go through.
Just
I'm hearing
one.
that you're going over to GC's Carnival Queen show very soon.
Yes, I am.
That's a prestigious one. St.
Very
Lucia's done well a number of years. They haven't quite won in recent years. They came close about twice in recent years. How inspired and motivated are you to go win that GC's title over in Antigua?
I'm actually very motivated. I'm really looking forward to it. I was a little bit nervous. I have not actually watched the previous pageants, but I am going to do my homework and see who I'll be going up against. But I believe that I have a really good chance.
And you mentioned other areas in your interviews of sport being one of them. You're very involved in sport.
Yes, I am.
Any idea and any inclination to use that and to also get very involved and promote it?
I think I can. But sports is something that I really do want to continue because
What sports are you involved in?
I love netball.
Okay.
Love it. Fell in love with it from secondary school, and even with my teaching, I still assist at the school with my students. So I'm really looking forward to continuing that. And I think that sports itself, it allows you to establish various skills that people don't really understand. You are able to be motivated. You are able to push yourself. You learn how to collaborate with a team. So it's not just about the fun of the sport, but the skills that you acquire while you play the sport.
Yeah. We have acknowledged the excitement and emotions. Few things in St. Lucia evoke as much emotion as Queen Shone. There's been lots of little reaction. Amidst all of that, have you been touched by the support, the positive support? Have you been impressed by the support you've gotten? Tell us about that, the positive reaction.
It's been so overwhelming, honestly. People I did not even know has reached out. People who share the same story as me have reached out asking, how do I have the strength to even stand up or even wake up every day? The support has been amazing from everybody, from my team, and I must say that my sponsors been amazing. Bianca, Les, Lena, every single body, the committee, Auntie Tammy, Auntie Paula, Trevor, Auntie Pat, they've been Tova, they've been so amazing. My friends, my mom, my dad. It's been a lot.
Nice girl. And you, in the end, the feeling at the end, no? You feel good that you did that?
I do.
All right. We understand the emotions. Our Carnival Queen, I will be celebrating her here on Vaval Central. We're going to go over and treat her and as with that famous breakfast, the Vaval Central breakfast. Going through, say hello to your contestants.
Hi, guys. Oh, my goodness. I'm tearing up. This is very emotional. But everybody, Janae, Miss Fix, Tyler, Miss St. Lucia Investments, Bernell, Miss BOSL Digital, Akaya, Miss Labry Credit Union, Chantal, Miss First National Bank, Maria, Miss Caribcation. Am I missing anybody? I think I am. But to Harbor Club, oh my goodness, Aliel, my darling Aliel, and Liana, Miss Pierre Marcel. It has been wonderful going through this journey with you guys. I hope that we continue our bond. And I actually do hope to bring them in with a few things that I plan on doing this year.
I saw a nice photo yesterday of the 2016 group having a reunion at Harbour Club yesterday. It was really impressive that they kept together all the contestants who were there from 2016. Something to commend. We staying with us. You've been listening to, and of course, on my phone, they're certainly loving it. They're supporting you a lot. When I glance and peeped, Shanice Butcher, they're very much in support. They're very proud of you. They're very impressed by you, your character, your eloquence, and they're really supporting you in a big way.
Oh, I forgot someone. Miss Marcy Stores. Thank you so much, Jadine. Who is also a past student of Cyrus Simmons Secondary School, which I must say.
Well, support group confirmed with the CPMC that you're not lacking support, all kinds of support groups, and so they're proud the way you have been as a giant and standing for your own as a young lady, but they're ready to lend support as confirmed by the Carnival Committee and other such agencies, and they confirmed that you're in fact going over to GCs. I just read the Jaden you mentioned too. I just read a message about it. You mentioned it at the right time. You haven't given your chaperone a lot of praise, just a little bit, but I'm sure that will come
it will. He knows how much I love him.
And the party, remember to invite Iwa, the celebratory party.
For sure.
The party, the celebration. You stay with us. You are in fact staying with us. We're going to a break. We must take the break. Liza, pick up yourself. And we're coming back with more action. The likes of Cupid are here. intercommercial, and of course we're asking you to join the celebration and get the photos for the social media with us. It's been a solid interview, and we wish you all the best in your journey about celebration of young people, celebration of fellow St. Lucians achievement. That Carnival Queen show not easy. I often shudder at the sort of all these performances, the level of concentration and mental and keeping your spirits up. Many girls feel like just packing up halfway for the show and just giving up. I really shudder at the challenge and in these different segments, and maybe it's a good idea, I think, putting that interview first when the girls are still fresh. I used to wonder about this 5 appearances, grueling, and then coming at the end with the most mentally challenging. So there's lots of good sense, Trevor King and his committee, in putting that interview up front. You agree?
I agree. He did good.
Right.
He did good.
TK, big up yourself. We go into the break. I want Vaval Central, the first official interview you just heard with Shanice Butcher, Miss Caribbean Galaxy Real Estate, the Carnival Queen. Her Majesty is here.
Thank you very much, Teddy. I just want to let you know that we are inside a half hour made possible with the kind compliments of our good friends over at WMAT. And please note that the Castries branch is closed today, Monday, July 3rd. The grand opening is of the new branch at the Aquarius Crossing is tomorrow, Tuesday, July the 4th. Of course, I want to apologize to you, valued customers, for any inconvenience caused. Also inside WMAT today, the specials for this week: chicken gizzard, $2.50 a pound. Chicken drumsticks, $4.25 a pound. If you're looking for thigh quarters, that is $3.99 a pound. Leg quarters, all sizes, $3.50 a pound. Chicken tenders, $9.50 a pound. Turkey drumsticks, $6.99. Pork spare ribs, $7.99 a pound. Salted pigtail is $9.99. Salted pork ribs, $7.50 a pound. Saltfish is $11.99 for the pound inside WMAT. Okay, folks, just remember the grand opening of the Castries branch is at the Aquarius Crossing tomorrow, Tuesday, July 4th. Vaval Central on the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Stamina Energy Drink, Blue Waters, Msigimoja, Dexter and Hector, Tropical Shipping, the Computer Store, UTV, Channel 124, Island Sounds, Lighting and Power Rentals, Ram J's Auto Parts.
With outlets from Gros Lake to Soufriere, WMAT is indeed your community shop. Giving you the best prices and widest variety. We've got everything you need: chicken, turkey, beef and pork, saltfish, pigtail, ham, all in stock. Delicious franks, nuggets, cheese and fries. Prices you can't beat and quality for sure. With 9 locations island-wide, WMAT is your one-stop family meat shop. WMAT, small store, big convenience. Shop WMAT, WMAT, WMAT.
Somewhere between cerulean blue and golden yellow is a color called Lucian Carnival. The color of rhythm, the color of artistry, the color of revelry. From Juve to jump up, from fete to festival, from music to mass, our soul, our heartbeat, our vibe. Nothing sweeter than our Vaval. Come experience National Schools Calypso Competition, June 9th, VG Sports Complex. National Soca and Groovy Monarch Semifinals, June 23rd, National Cultural Center Grounds. Calypso Semifinals, June 25th, National Cultural Center. National Carnival Queen Pageant, July 1st, The Pavilion, Rodney Bay. Intercommercial Calypso Competition, July 6th, The Sab. National Soca and Groovy Monarch, July 7th, The Sab. National Calypso Monarch, July 8th, The Sab. National Junior Carnival, July 9th, William Peter Boulevard. National Panorama Competition, July 9th, The Sab. National King and Queen of the Bands, July 10th, The Sab. Juve, July 17th, Castries City Circuit. National Parade of the Band, July 17th and 18th, Shock Roundabout to Castries City Circuit. Answer the call to color, Lucian Carnival, July 7th to 19th, 2023. You're welcome.
Patrice again. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Who me? I only drink one brand. Blue waters inside the house and the pan. When I need to hydrate, I drink blue waters. I'm feeling great. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. Dice the #1 brand. Drink blue waters and mind my business. I go drink blue waters and mind my business. Me and you join in the blue water crew. The taste, the vibe, blue waters is the truth. When the hot sun come, I drink blue waters to cool me down. When you see we out on the road and we going hard, take a sip of blue waters. That's the #1. Drink blue waters and mind my business.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Energy starts here. Yo, stamina energy. The what I'm gonna energy. The what I'm gonna energy is the truth to keep me pumping, baby. To keep me moving. To keep me grooving. To keep me pumping. All night and day. Energy right. To go all night. It's stamina energy. Yeah, give me life.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Bidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Tropical Shipping St. Lucia Limited, located on Manuel Street. Telephone number 4570900. Visit www.tropical.com.
Thanks, Hypony. Teddy?
Welcome back indeed as we continue here on Vaval Central. We are looking at the Miguel Favre, who's doing one of the competitors. We want to go through all of them before Thursday, the competitors in the inter-commercial Calypso competition. We also have Cupid, who's an established artist here on Vaval Central. We'll be pushing all the action. We have Carnival Queen stays with us for our photo ops and indeed the roundup of her interview. Come through, Miguel Favre, first of all. I will be running your tune in just a bit, but tell us of your decision to enter the intercommercial. We also have Claude Paul, who will be going. Claude, come here this way to tell us of the preps for intercommercial and the other competitions. Miguel, tell us of your approach to the season, the decision to sing Calypso, and then ultimately the intercommercial.
All right, well, Teddy, I think I would have said before that my decision to enter the Calypso arena was a long time coming. Every year I say, boy, I write a song, I said I'm going to enter. But this year I said, you know what, I called up Charlo and said, Charlo, you know what, I'm coming to join your tent and I'm writing, I'm going to sing. Obviously, the TOT Soca Village collaboration fielded about 24 to 26 artists, and you would need 12 to get into the quarterfinals. So by that token, I was not one of those selected, and quite naturally, I was a newcomer to it and still a novice in that respect. And the moment I left, I learned that day, I started writing a song for next year already. And then my father messaged me and he said to me, you know, the usual, and then he said, if you get a song, now would you perform it at intercommercial? And that's where it led. That's when, you know, Face wrote a song for me, quite aptly rated to Rhodes and that kind of stuff. So there I started into the intercommercial, see how it goes. Win or lose, I'm still going back into the big yard next year, but then I think since I was already on a high, I figure I'll just go through with it.
Tell us the idea of the high road and roads. Is there play on wood? You work with infrastructure, high road figuratively and
figuratively. It's actually when I saw and listened to that song, I saw the lyrics. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I'll tell you, it was big up to Face. It was written in a very short amount of time because he had already given me another one. We figured it wasn't appropriate for the intercommercial. I said something about roads. Within a day or two, I had a verse and a chorus, and then a day or two later, I had the entire song. And it really is a play. It speaks about taking actions, taking the high road from a moral standpoint, not to do anything, a low road, as it says, do anything that would be adverse to the normal character of a human being, or what's expected of a human being's behavior. But there's also a play about being patient with our road network situation. We'll get there. We're a small nation, and we're dependent on a lot of things outside of just our will to get things done.
Right. And the intercommercial, you're rallying your forces. Miguel, you have your own, your friends alone, lots of fans. You're rallying everybody to come and support you, along with the staff.
Funny enough, yes, I was on the court actually yesterday, and the guy said, "Boy, Boot, I only come in there because it's you," and that kind of thing. It's been kind of low-key in terms of getting the staff. They all know that I would be singing. But I think if the minister is listening right now, Honorable Ernest Hilly, I'd like to say something though. I think that maybe the cabinet of ministers led by you should, as the Minister for Creative Industries, should encourage the chief accounting officers of the various ministries to include in their budget participation in national events, because otherwise there's no line item for these things. So you find yourself having to seek sponsors to participate just to even pay the registration. So I think it's a national event. Other commercial entities take part, so do government. The teachers have done it for years, police have done it for years. So let's try to encourage our PSs to try to include that in their budget.
You feeling that, boy, you understand this guy is something a lot more now than 3 months ago when you started?
Of course, I do. In fact, I was well prepared, Teddy, to enter the quarters because I had already made the adjustments. I examined my performances with a fine-tooth comb. I'd listened to it a million times a day, watch it, and I saw my errors. I spotted my errors. I knew where I went, where I would have gone wrong, and I was prepared to enter the quarters with a new approach and a better approach. But I think I will apply that now with the intercommercial.
Good luck, Miguel. You're one of the popular performers. Twatini says he's coming just for you in that competition. Twatini is in also. We're going at Thursday night. Of course, you're going across at 11 o'clock, 11:30 for your dipping and so. At the Financial Center, the dipping is on for, and briefing ceremony for the National Calypso competition, the soca competition, and indeed intercommercial, all happening this morning at the Financial Center. And eventually, we're looking forward to the big events Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Claude Paul is here. So Miguel staying with us. We're going in a while to the break. We'll be acknowledging all our sponsors in just a bit, and you appreciated them. Let's go, Poopy. You've had breakfast here every morning for what, a few weeks? So you need to think them. We're going ahead with the breakfast sponsors. Cream and Bean are here. We're starting with Marcy Stores, with the popular Guiltless Yogurts, Ferrens Food Products, the Sweet M's Delicacies, the Creamy Novelties, Rituals Coffee House, these event guys, Sacel with the Carnival Accessories, Cadas Bakery. We want to big up Liza, our coordinator here, is very big on Cadas Bakery. They've come throughout this period for the breakfast, and they've had good variety here in Cadas Bakery. We're really appreciative of them as one of our major breakfast sponsors here on this Vaval Central. So we are really appreciative of our guests, and many persons want to be an invitee in the program because of these breakfast sponsors. You know have had your breakfast we here courtesy of Vaval Central. So tell us of what is happening this morning, and indeed you look forward to the 3 events starting Thursday.
Yes, so in a little while we go across to the financial administrative building on the 5th floor, where we meet to do the usual dipping for places for the free competitions upcoming. Of course, you have the intercommercial on Thursday at the NCC, and of course the big yard starts on Friday with the National Soca Monarch title in both Groovy and Power Soca, and then Saturday night the Calypso Monarch finals at the SAB, both the Friday and Saturday at the SAB. Big events, and of course everything seems to be in place. We are working behind the scenes to ensure that these free shows are well executed with events, Coyote Foswa, of course Tamara Gibson and the CPMC team work group, and our own members of the CMMC. Janita Pascal in the background doing all our administrative work, contacting all the artists, and of course the other members, of course including yourself, Teddy, who is an honorary member of the CMMC.
Honorary member, yeah.
Well, a special member, as you know. And of course, so we are all there, ready to go, and we meet with the artists this morning to give them final instructions in terms of what they need to have, the requirements of the show. They sign the contract, they receive the production grants, and we take it from there. Looking forward to the public supporting the shows as we move into our space in Carnival.
Nice, Poppy. And you still play mass this year?
Of course, you know.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
VIP or VVIP?
Well, whatever. Ruston Taylor, my big buddy from a long time ago, we always collaborate and, of course, working together behind the scenes as usual, making sure everything is in place.
Right. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, Poppy. Melissa Moses is here. Cupid, your time. Come through, Cupid. Cupid here with her Groovy, holding a place in the finals of the Groovy Soca competition. As we welcome Cupid, called Cupid, to come through and, in fact, do her performances of her 2 tunes. We're going to go Iwa. We're going with Cupid last year, and then this year tune. We queued in last year. Welcome, Melissa Moses. Welcome, Cupid, as we come through on the program. Liza, big up yourself. What can I do for you, Liza? Huh? Come by me. Miguel went through already. Tell us, how does it feel? Many years, Cupid. Miguel was a little boy at St. Mary's College when you're competing already. Yeah. No. I want to think your martial type, how you have maintained relevance over so long. How does it feel to make it again?
I mean, it feels good. It feels good. It brings a feeling of satisfaction knowing that I'm still here doing my thing and still doing it well. Making it to the final just proves that I am still doing it well. So, I mean, every time I get into the season and I set my goals, it's always probably to see myself for the finals. Hence the reason why I decided this year not to do power. You know, the younger artists have been asking for us to probably take a step back. I left the power. I like, you know what, guys, I'm never gonna give up on music, but I decided, you know what, let me just step out of the power for a little and do.
You've always made have you ever not made the finals? You always made the finals.
No, I've always been in the finals. Yeah.
Cupid, and really have her fans, and I keep saying in the mid 2000s when the soca was picking up, 03, 04, 05, when it became a big thing, Cupid was at the front. Lots of music. With Anatole by her side, the biggest fan, the great Anatole boy. Always the music. She was spearheaded that movement of Nicole and Ninja and Manchester. Cupid was very much there, contributing in a big way to us moving from fast calypso to soca, you know, and we want to respect that at all time. Cupid, Iwa, you ready for the first tune? We're going, what's the name? Last year's
One
tune?
in a Million.
Okay.
Send this one out to our queen, Carnival Queen, of course.
Yes, that is part away. We mad and vex on the road. We done it. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Yeah. And if they take away, we jam. And if they cancel on, we plan. No, we want slackness. No, we want slackness. The road. And if they cancel all, it's no, they want slackness. Want slackness. Slackness. One Caribbean. Look at people. Yeah. Cause you're one in a million. One in a million. One in a million. She's one in a million. One in a million. You're one in a million. One in a million. Hey. The bad talkers, let them know that life's too short to get what he said, she said, too short, yeah.
which to end our Vaval Central this morning. Anybody picking up again, Liza? Or we good for now? You want the main ones? The main ones. The Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the CPMC, CMMC, Poppies Committee, Calypso Music, Carnival Music Management Committee, Lighting and Power Rental, and Dexter again. Dexter's a big judge, you know. Remember Queen Show? You have to bring him up. UTV, boy, they love the cable TV vibe. You want cable TV? Madam Carnival Queen. Tropical Shipping, Island Sounds. We have Blue Water, St. Lucia. Again, Dexter, Computer Store, Ram, J's Auto Parts. You have space for sponsors again, Liza, or are you good enough? You going back to breakfast again? Breakfast sponsors, Cream and Bean, you know, you want Kada's Bakery first, right? Kada's Bakery coming through Massey stores, with their guiltless yogurts, doing big. Ferrans Food Products, Sweet M's Delicacies, Creamery Novelties, Rituals Coffee House, these event guys, Sasel, give a radio announcer there. Let Jason see you speaking on radio guys.
Okay, Sasel, where is that? Sasel, Cadets Ferrans Food Products, we said that already, Rituals Coffee House, and the event guys.
These event guys, they're very good. And so, Sabel, I thought so. Sabel, Carnival accessories. What they have is stockings, everything, Carnival bras, everything. So, big up. Final. Now we're ready to go. The Carnival Queen, she's not jumping as a reveler, but she'll take a little chip right on the road.
Just a little, you know, the shoulder moves and yeah, just a little.
A little delicate chip, a little delicate brand. You know what, Miguel? You know, right, nice. Yeah.
I just want to say big up Castries North. Our queen is from Castries North, yes.
That's another celebration, another party. Big up. We're really a lady to be proud of. A fantastic story, fantastic journey. St. Lucia, all big up to Shanice Butcher, our Carnival Queen. Very talented, very articulate. Will represent Antigua and beyond. Full respect to her. We're going tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Again, sponsors like crazy, breakfast like crazy. We'll be putting on weight. See that breakfast, you have to watch it every morning. As our dancers. Yeah, but you know, Picong. Let me tell you, Poppy say you're walking in the morning, you're ready for the VVIP on the road. Liza, big up yourself. We're going out of here. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Thank you, Iwa, Hyper D, and Brandon and company. Tomorrow, same thing, 8 o'clock. We have artists like Crazy. We have T-Blacks. We have Desrel coming through. We have Tribal 12 Carnival Band. Lots of action come tomorrow, Wednesday. Turn up right through until the weekend. Thank you. Congrats again, Carnival Queen.
Thank you very much, Teddy and Team RCI. This is where we come to the end of a half hour made possible by WMAT. Remember the grand opening of the Castries branch. And folks, they're moving to the Aquarius Crossing. The grand opening is tomorrow, Tuesday, July 4th, 8 a.m. Now, if you want more information, you could call them at 72332.